athletic trainers, and this is AT's Chat.
Have you ever wanted to improve your position where you work? Well, we're going to talk about that today on AT Chat. I'm Chris Shattuck.
I'm Christina Fry.
And I'm Roderick Williams.
Okay, I'm going to get right into it. Kind of how we have done things here. We've come to a point where we have 2 athletic trainers for our 4 junior highs. We have 3 full-time athletic trainers at our high schools. And we have flex time. So I want to kind of just go over that real quick, how we approach that. And then we'll discuss some other things. First of all, whenever we opened up this school in 2007, there was 2 athletic trainers, which was a lot of work. And then we had set a goal to improve that and add an additional athletic trainer. Well, there are 2 high schools in our district. We both wanted 3 athletic trainers, so we started doing some work. And it took us a couple of years, I would say about 3 years every time we made a change. The first year, and really throughout the whole process, we documented our hours. We would clock in and clock out each day. We would have a total hours for the week and then an average over all the weeks. And that was great information we could pass on to our administrators. Our athletic director was on board with us. He agreed that we did need some more help because we're there all the time, and he understood our job. Not everybody understands what we do, especially our administrators our upper administrators. So our athletic director was a good advocate for us, and he kind of took that to the higher administration, and voiced our concerns and got them on board to agree, where we eventually improved our situation. But that wasn't our only avenue. We were also hitting it from a different angle. We were always putting out articles or things that we have done in our program in the newspaper. I would contact our communications department, and every business has a communications or public relations department or sports information department, and they already have media contacts. So we were giving our information to them, what we were doing. We were inviting our elected officials over to give a proclamation, or we would do other types of what I call gimmicks. Where we would do a hot dog eating contest during National Athletic Training Month, or we would have events on our campus and we would invite administrators, our superintendent, our school board members. So they knew we could get face to face with them and we could talk to them about what we were doing. And so they would understand what our position is. So whenever they're getting that information on the other end, when the athletic director is asking for that for us, they already understand. So we did that. We got one additional athletic trainer for the 2 high schools, which was half of our goal. And so that person floated back and forth for 3 years until we kept pushing and pushing until we had 3 at each campus. Along the way, we did get some perks though, and that one was our athletic director. He did understand the amount of hours we worked, so he didn't want us working more than 3 nights a week. If there was a week that we were working more than 3 nights, we would contract out an athletic trainer to work that event. We could have flex time, so one of us would come in early, 1 or 2 of us would come in late and then stay later. Okay?
So some helpful resources if you are deciding to better your position, improvement and stuff like that. The NATA has a great statement for secondary school setting, and it kind of gives you guidelines and step-by-step instructions how to approach this situation, how to determine why you need it, what you need it for, and then it kind of gives different documents that allow you to kind of base your examples off of, and then just kind of going through surveying what needs you have, how many athletes you have to cover, how many sports, your facility size and stuff like that. And then there's also different documents on there that kind of help if you need to upgrade your athletic training room, if you need to propose to the school board different ways of getting, another helping hand, stuff like that. So that's a really good resource.
One thing I would advise is to make sure that you clearly explain that we do more than provide coverage. That as athletic trainers, we provide care in the forms of evaluations, rehabs, emergency care, injury diagnosis when our student athletes, and a variety of other resources to our student athletes. We want to kind of move away from saying that we provide coverage, because we do more than just sit on a mule or gator at games or spectators at games. We provide care to the athletic population that we deal with, especially in the secondary school setting. So make sure you clarify that, advocate for that we do provide care, and it's more than just coverage. We're more than just a body at sporting events and at the various events that we work and cover as athletic trainers. And by doing that and advocating to your administrators, parents, key stakeholders, we even utilize our school board trustees to educate them, because they carry a lot of power within the school districts, especially here in Texas. So make sure you build relationships with these people and explain to them how we provide care and why we are healthcare as athletic trainers, and provide a unique, I would say, resource to athletes that's typically free in our setting, and why that's beneficial to our student populations that we deal with.
I have created kind of an outline of how every time we've wanted to make an improvement, of how we kind of go about that. I'm just going to give that to you guys. A list of 5 things that you need to do if you're trying to improve your position. Number 1 is a goal. You have to set a goal of what you're going to accomplish. Are we going to try to get more space? Are we going to try to get more staffing, more budget, need more whatever it is you're looking to improve? You need to have that as a goal, and you set that up there, and then you have to set You have to set up with other people how you're going to obtain that goal. The number 1 person or people that you need to meet and introduce, and they have to understand what you do as an athletic trainer, are the decision makers at your employer. If it's secondary school, our decision makers are the principal, the athletic director, and our superintendents that run the school district. Those people are the decision makers. They have the money, they have the ability to make those decisions whenever we bring them ideas on how we want to make an improvement. So you have to get to know those people face to face. They have to and they need to know you. They need to know what you do and how much time you put in. Next, I have ideas. You have to have ideas. You can't think, okay, we need an additional staff person. We just need to hire an athletic trainer, and that's the only thing we're going to do. No, you have to think outside the box. We may hire a person that's a graduate assistant, and maybe we'll give them $15,000 to attend a university in our city, or we can contract out through a hospital. You have to have other ideas, not just one idea, and give that to your decision makers, and they will make what they think is appropriate decision to help you out. If you go with one idea, once you get shot down, that's it. But if you have multiple options, then they can weigh those. Next is to have an administrative advocate. For us, whenever we make decisions, our advocate is our athletic director. They understand what we do, they believe in what we're doing, and whenever we need somebody to talk on our behalf, when there are meetings that we're not invited to, that they're talking about ideas that we've proposed, we need to have somebody in that room that's willing to fight for us, and that's our athletic director. And last, you got to hit it from all angles. Even though that one person is fighting for you in that room, you've got to be trying to educate people outside of that. And that's what we've done whenever we send stuff to our communications department that gets it out to the media. Our administrators read that, our community reads that, the parents. We want everybody involved and know what's going on. They can ask questions to your employer why you're not providing this, you can just think other ideas that can help you educate those people or accomplish your goals. That's my outline. I don't know if you have anything you want to add to that.
One thing I will add is utilize your peers that are in the surrounding areas, that work in other schools and other settings in the city or town that you work in. Many times they can be a valuable resource by giving you information as far as the hours that they work, maybe their staffing numbers for their schools, and potentially salary numbers that they receive, as well as their classification from teacher pay scale to admin pay scale and why that's important and how we're classified as far as our salary ranges go. Utilize your peers, don't make enemies, build relationships, because those can be valuable in the long run for you.
And I will say, you mentioned the position improvement guide for NATA. That was a valuable resource for us too. I read that document. I implemented some of those ideas. Look at NATA for resources. They have the position improvement guide. They also have the second, for us, I think they have two, a collegiate and a secondary school athletic trainer value model. And that'll help you in talking to your stakeholders or your decision makers at your employer to explain to them the value of an athletic trainer and why it's a good decision to make improvements on that position.
And if you want any kind of help or guidelines, feel free to drop your email below. We've already had someone contact us about what steps we took, so we are more than happy to definitely kind of share with you what steps we took and what processes we went through. So leave a comment below if you have any questions or want some help.
And like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Hit us up on the book and Gram and Twitter.
All right, we'll see you next time on AT Chat.